Okay, everybody, I think we're live. Let me know if you can see this. I'm trying to see if I have a Discord, like a world building Discord for like my patrons and some people like that, and I was setting up a new bot to alert when I go live. And so now I'm trying to see if it worked because I don't think it did. So we're like secret live right now, which is fine. It doesn't really matter. But it's a good time. Yeah, we're gonna ignore all of that right now. Who needs Discord? But yes, hi, good morning. It's Friday. It's 8, which is early-ish. But I'm here. I don't think it did either. Yeah, it didn't post. I don't know why. I need to go in and check because it should have. So I'll like look at that post stream and see if I can figure out like if I set it up wrong. Um, who knows? Uh, oh, hi Mashiko. Welcome. I was like, I don't know who this person is. which is fine. Okay, but yes, it's Friday. So the vibes here right now, I'm still working on copy edits. We're still doing the whole like 90-day challenge from Cody the writer, the 90-day novel challenge, which is for me a like 90-day finished novel other than my what are they called? Proofreads. I'm going to have like another round of proofreads after this, right? Because that's always a good thing to do to proof it 87 times, right? So I have successfully broken up my goals into like 4 different passes. So the first pass I'm doing, which is what I'm doing actively right now, is sort of like copy edits, which you may be like, shouldn't that be last? It should be last. However, that's what I have for my editor. So I want to go through and apply all of those before I change anything. Hello, Aaron. Made that account back in 2006, so it ends up being my default on YouTube. Yeah, I have that problem because I have 3 YouTube accounts. I have my Madeline James Worldbuilds, Madeline James Writes, and then my personal YouTube. And it's such a struggle, like, when I wanna watch and comment on the right videos being on the right account, it's a pain in the butt. I relate to your struggles. Um, but yes, that's what I'm doing right now. The next 2 passes, I'm gonna have a weather pass, which you all might find interesting, where I'm mostly gonna go through and make sure the timeline and the months and incorporate the, like, super expanded calendar stuff that I did is all in there and, like, detailed, like, what's going on in that month, what's life like in that month, like, what does it look like in that month, what are people doing, right? And kinda incorporating all those details because I realize I really need to do that for book 2. So it needs to be there in book 1. And then the next one I'm gonna do is all on the combat system and the weaponry because there's a few things I need to tweak, like what weapons they're using because I invented is a strong word. I've tweaked some existing real world weapons that I think would be optimal for fighting the beasts in my world and like they would use more optimal weapons. So I need to slightly change the mentions of what weapons they have and some of the fight scenes to incorporate those weapons because the fighting styles with them are different. So I need to do that and then I could do the like wrap it up, make it pretty. So that's what we're doing right now. Yes, that's the idea. So what are y'all up to right now? What are you working on? What are you going to be doing this morning? Do you have any questions, topics, concerns for me? Because it's 8 a.m. and my brain is not super functioning yet. Because it's horrendously early. It's not even that early. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like my brain isn't capable of doing interesting, creative things this early in the morning. Ooh, the bot did work. Ooh, in a lecture, writing a script for a video. I love it. You're doing 3 things at once right now. That's fantastic. Also forgot to get a photo. No, I need a lab kit photo. Come on, Aaron, you could do it. Or I could just like draw a really bad lab kit on you with whatever photo you send me. Either is fine. Well, Tuesday's gonna be so late because the stream's gonna be next Friday. It's in a week. It's in a week, Aaron. We need to get that thumbnail up. Just send me a random picture and then I can always replace it with a proper lab kit photo. and swap out the thumbnail because I need to get that up probably today or tomorrow. That's going to be for anyone who's curious. Hello, Christina. Erin is going to pop on with me on a stream on my world building channel next Friday, where we are going to, for Halloween, look at my potion system for one of my world building projects. And I'm going to like explain the potion system, and then we're going to build some potions. And Erin, you know, resident chemist friend of the channel, will be giving feedback and assisting. It'll be great. It'll be very fun. 10 out of 10. Let's see. I'll try and get one today then. Yes. Top priority, way more important than lectures. Skip all of your classes, clearly. Your 8 a.m. is my 10 p.m. I'm not feeling creative either. Fair, Emma. Also, hi. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm excited. Video scripting. That's exciting. One of my goals this weekend, you can't walk out now. Psh, just like pretend you have to go to the bathroom. I don't know. It's fine. One of the things I need to work on this weekend is finishing some scripts. That's like my high priorities as well. Okay, yeah. So it said, okay, because clearly no one cares but me, but Pingcord did in fact say that I was live now at 8:02. So it takes a little while for it to come in, which is fine. I could probably update it to post like 5 minutes early if I haven't already, which is, I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. It could be cool. Let's see. It's 1 p.m. for me, and I just finished a 3-hour lab session. Ooh, that sounds exhausting. It really does. Yeah. Does anyone have any fun plans for the weekend? I don't know. I'm hoping some of you are doing something fun because, yeah. Well, so Majika, there's the settings on Pingcord, which I need to look because I set this up for like 3 different channels to ping. You can tell it when you want it to post. You can have it like when you're going live. Well, no, lives are when you go live. It can do in advance for premieres, I think. Okay, I'm not going to pull it up right now. I'm not going to do it right now. It's not the time or the place. But I think there's something to do it early. And also it's at the end of the world that people pop in a little late. I'm not too concerned about it. You can always start your, yeah. Erin is dead inside. No. Maybe you need to do some recovery this weekend. Majika's working on my map. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, I really do need to get some scripts done, but this weekend's also going to be absolutely crazy for me. We have 2 birthdays to take the kids to, which is always like, kids' birthday parties are rough. Like, I feel like kids nowadays, like in school and everything, they get like lots of accommodations for like having ADHD and having like sensory issues and being overwhelmed by stuff. But it's like, what about the parents? Where is my like special, I don't know. It's just rough. Like, it's always so loud. At least they're not at arcades. Like, I literally cannot walk in an arcade because the lights immediately give me a migraine, and then I'm just like, oh my God. It kills me. I can't walk into an arcade or anywhere with like flashing lights. But even just like all those kids places where they're just kids running around screaming, and I'm gonna have to like recover the whole rest of the day. It's gonna be rough. You're mainly structuring the video and having skeletal structures explained in a uni lecture as the structure drawing method, which we learned 2 years ago. Ooh. Majika says, my friend says kids have gotten worse in terms of how they behave. She works as a counselor for middle school. Yeah, I mean, like, it's a very complicated issue, and I don't have any sort of valid example, but things I will say is that I think that the types of media and the types of things that are presented to children nowadays are very good at overstimulating them, and kids tend to behave worse when they're overstimulated, right? They get overwhelmed. And like all the new shows nowadays and the sounds and the songs and the toys, like everything is just so bright and catchy to catch their attention, but I feel like so bad for their poor little brains. Like I've gotten my kids to watch a lot of like older cartoons. So like they watch a lot of Scooby-Doo. They watch, like, Avatar: The Last Airbender, like, a lot of those older style cartoons that are less bright and flashy with things changing all the time, and, like, their behavior, like, around that is so much better because 'cause they're not getting, like, super overwhelmed and stuff. And it's, like, all these places that, like, you take them to where it's, like, everything is brightly colored and everything moves and, like, talks to you and does all this stuff at these, like, indoor playgrounds and stuff. I feel like they just, like, I don't know. I feel like it makes them extra psycho bananas. Um, yeah, I mean, the lockdown pandemic is definitely a factor. I don't know if the age of my kids is super affected. Like, my son was 1 when the first shutdown happened, or just about 1. We had to cancel his first birthday party, and some family members drove by our house in a car caravan and, like, blew balloons out their window, and that was his first birthday party, which, it's cute. I mean, he was 1, what does he care? But we had a nanny and then an au pair, so, like, I don't know if it really made a difference for him. There are definitely some kids that were, like, not in daycare so they were, like, slightly less socialized going into school, but I think they're mostly recovered. I worry more about, like you're saying, like, the middle school age kids, like, it's definitely gotta be rough for them. So you're educating them properly. Yes, absolutely. Scooby-Doo is very important. Oh, and Pokemon, they do watch Pokemon, like, basically all the stuff that, like, all of that, it's good. Um, ooh, you grew up on Scooby-Doo, basically, original and Mystery Inc. I I like Scooby-Doo. My best friend loves Scooby-Doo, like, loves, loves, loves it. Also, we need to get to sprinting soon, but, so I grew up, like, watching it a lot, and I still get her Scooby-Doo stuff all the time, and every time she comes over, the kids are like, "Let's watch Scooby-Doo," and it's very sweet. But yeah, 90s kids media, I agree, is, like, the best. All the modern like, there's a few things that are modern that I don't mind, like, I do love Bluey. I love Bluey. But, like, most of the modern stuff makes me wanna throw up on it just because it's, like, so bright and flashy and, like, annoying. Like, I feel like it's gotten so much more annoying. Um, and I like to tell myself that we're being good parents by not letting them watch all that stuff. I mean, we do, like, a little bit, but I tell myself it's because we're good parents, not because it's super annoying for me and my husband if we don't wanna be subjected to it. Uh, I mean, talking is fun. I would not be surprised if the stream goes an extra 50% beyond what we planned. Yeah, yeah, I mean, fair. Yeah, talking is good. One of the shows I never saw, but I feel like I would have enjoyed as a kid is Gravity Falls. I'm unfamiliar with that one. Gravity Falls, an American animated TV show. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I could see my kids being into that. Yeah, they like that kinda stuff. They do like Pokemon, they like Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo is probably their favorite right now. Um, Avatar is pretty good. There was another one they've been really liking lately. I mean, we've watched K-pop Demon Hunters 87,000 times, but that's not related, but that's what they've been watching the most lately. I'll have to think about it. But yeah, it's all good. Like, less Psycho Bananas. Less Psycho Bananas is good. Okay, so unless anyone has any great questions or topics or things to share, we should probably get a stream started. Yeah, less noise. Yeah. I don't know. It's really hard being a parent because there are good things about, like, doing certain things, but then sometimes you do them for selfish reasons, you know? Like, I get very overstimulated. Like, my husband and I both do. Like, we're both definitely not neurotypical. We definitely both have, like, a lot of, like, sensory issues with noise and stuff. So, like, sometimes with the kids, like, and kids need to be loud. They need to run, they need to jump, they need to play. And sometimes when they get super, like, and you can tell that they just need to get it out. I'm like, okay, you guys are either playing upstairs or you're playing downstairs, but you're not playing around us because, like, we can't handle it. But then again, our kids are also, like, they're pretty conscientious about the noise. Like, when I go around other people's kids, I'm like, whoa, no one polices these kids' volume, like, ever. which is fine, but, like, obviously my husband and I just we can't do that, but my kids play independently super duper well, they're super creative, they're super good at just playing up by themselves, they have a really good relationship, so it's like, I sort of feel bad for, like, sending them off sometimes when they're super loud, as, like, it makes me sort of feel like a bad parent, but on the other side, like, it does good things, I don't know, it's parenting, whatever, no one cares. Okay, let's get this pulled up. I think I already have it ready. Okay, I'm thinking of let's do 30 minutes, actually. I feel like 35 is too many. They probably don't mind it. Yeah, like, every now and then, they mind it, mostly when they wanna watch TV, but, like, there is a TV downstairs if they don't lose the remote. Yeah. My kids are also very, that's pretty good. My kids are also very independent, mainly my son is. Like, my son is like, he started what do they call it? Like, independent play, whatever. He started doing that at, like, 7 months old. Like, he's always been a very, very independent child, like and so at, like, 7 months old, he'll be like, "Stop trying to play with me with these toys. Go away," and, like, would, like, fuss until you, like, left him alone. Like, not, like, alone, like, we'd sit next to him, but, like, I don't know. He's always liked playing by himself. Like, he'd sit down at, like, 2 years old and just play with Legos by himself for 4 hours straight and prefer you not bother him. So, uh, it's good. There's also the magic of learning how to deal with not getting exactly what they want. That's true. That is important. Dealing with disappointment is very important. Okay. Let us get into it. We're gonna do a 30-minute sprint. I'm going to try to get through let's see, what chapter am I on right now? I am on chapter 23. I am almost done chapter 23. So maybe my goal is to get halfway through 24. That's my goal. I think that's a reasonable, goal. Wait until he learns about bionicles. Bionicles. What are bionicles? Hold on. Bionicle. Oh. Interesting. He would love those. He's a very good with Legos. Like, I think at the age of, like, 2, he would, like, build, like, little, Lego sets, like, ones for, like, older kids, and he would build it, and then he would take it apart and rebuild it and keep doing it until he could build the entire Lego set from memory at, like, the age of 2. He's insane with Legos. He would probably like that. Okay. We're gonna start. We're gonna sprint because I will just keep chatting forever. Okay, let's get going. Let's start that, and I will see you all in 30 minutes. Yes, he's a smart kid. Okay, how do I mute myself? Okay, 30 minutes. Okay, everybody. That is, let's turn this on. That is the end of our first sprint. How did that go? For everyone like working on stuff, what'd you accomplish? What'd you do? Oh, wait, my light. Oh, that's so bright. I did in fact manage to make it through halfway through the next chapter, which is exciting. I really hope at some point by manually applying these copy edits that I will pick up on how to like do these things better. Cause like I knew I was bad with commas, but you'd think like I read so much, but I guess you don't really like they kind of sink into the background a little bit, all the like punctuation and stuff. But it's like I'm awful with commas. I put them where they shouldn't be, and I don't put them where they should be, and it's a hot mess. And there's also a lot of very fun typos, which I think I posted one in the chat earlier, where I had scones instead of sconces, which is a delightful type of typo for sure. But yeah, I don't know, y'all. I don't know if any of you have ever done like intensive copy edits yet, but it's crazy. It's I don't know. It's painful. I think I mentioned this in the Tuesday stream, but I really wish that I had waited until I was like done with everything other than like thinking I was at the proofread stage and then did copy edits and then did proofread so that I could have been like out of Scrivener at that point and just hit the apply button to everything. But I'm sure this is better for me. When in doubt, put a comma. Yeah, I put in a similar to correct amount of commas. They're just not in the right places. I'm a massive overuser of commas. I see you. Yeah, it's a hard life. It's a hard life, truthfully. But yeah, I will say the one thing I did that has made this so much more enjoyable is I had one of the other writers in my writing group do a read as well, and it was more of like a beta read style read than a like she didn't really comment on anything like that my copy editor was. It was mostly like a few little small like consistency things, some details, and then just like a lot of like reader reactions, which being like comma comma comma, you've used this 10 times, this should be a semicolon, typo, and then having that interspersed with like random comments that are fun and delightful helps kind of break up the tedium because I like merge the two documents so I can see both people's like comments and changes in the same document, which is very helpful. It like adds a bit of delight to the whole process. Like I had this one scene that I'm doing the copy edits for, and the character who is, I guess, sort of fairly the antagonist clearly at this point. I don't know. I think it's more obvious than my betas think it is. But she commented on it in all caps, was like, this feels like a trap. And it's just, it makes it a little bit more fun, you know, getting to read that. I do like it. It's good. Let's see. Hello again, says Erin. Yes, hi. Let's see. Ooh, was no one actually writing in that sprint? That's kind of funny. Ooh, Erin got most of the introduction done. Very nice. Very nice. It's yeah, I feel like the introduction is one of the harder parts of a video. Just kind of trying to set everything up correctly. It's a bit of a rough life. Let's see. Cedar's doing well. My first draft is painfully close, but I don't think it's a today thing, alas. Oh, shame. But maybe this weekend, right? Do you think you're gonna get there this weekend? I'm sort of excited to fix my pacing issues that I foresee later on. It's bothering me so much. Yeah, yeah. I can definitely understand that. I feel like pacing issues are rough. I had a lot of pacing issues in this book. So I did one developmental edit on my own where I was like, these are all the things that I know I want in there, right? Because I wanted to make sure all the elements were in there and that they kind of were portrayed the way I wanted them to, right? And then I had my developmental editor, and pacing was my biggest problem, both in a emotional sense and in a actual like on page, like how quickly it's moving along kind of pacing. So I had to like go in and I had to add so much after that draft. Like I think I added somewhere between 30 to 40,000 words just to make the pacing work because it was, like, too fast. And it was like, okay, like, all these things that are supposed to be big emotional moments are happening, but without the buildup, they're just kinda like, "Meh." Ugh, it was very fun to do, though, like, it was very rewarding, and you could, like I don't know, I think it's gonna be great for you. I think you're gonna really like it. I definitely did. Let's see. Majio got a few trenches done in your map, very nice. I may need to sharpen it up a bit as I feel it is a bit of a touch wandering, says Aaron. I mean, if you've, like I wouldn't worry about tweaking the intro for the script too much until you've written the whole thing. If assume you haven't written the whole thing yet, but, like, clear up everything and then go back and tweak the intro, that's what I always do, because then you know exactly, like, what the through lines of the video are going to be. Um Oh, no, Cedar, I'm working for the next 7 days straight, so I'll only be writing in the evenings, but it should definitely be a this week thing. That's so exciting, though. Are you going to do something to celebrate? I'm really bad at that. Like, really, 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 really bad. Like, I never do anything to celebrate. I tried when my pre-order went live, I at least went out to dinner with my husband to celebrate, but, like, it's so hard. Like, I find small ways that honestly, every type of celebration is very hard. It's I don't know. I'd love to know if you're doing something. Pacing is an incredibly hard I should probably be putting these on screen. Yes, pacing is an incredibly hard skill to learn, agreed. Additionally, everyone has a slightly different range they're happy with. Yes, that's true. And I think it works differently for different stories too, like, and what you're trying to accomplish, right? Because, like, with my story, it's very internal character driven. Like, it is a very high action, high adventure type story, right? Like, there's a lot of action that makes it very fast paced, but at the heart, the story is about this character's, like, inner growth and healing and all of that kind of stuff. And so, like, there has to be enough moments to make that work because I do still want it to be very, like, interior focused with all of that. And so it's like, yeah, you got to figure out, like, what is the story you're trying to tell, and it's different for every book and the style of writing. And I mean, I feel like everything in writing is like that, but yeah, it's rough. I think I need to delete a lot of early stuff and add a lot more later stuff, but I'm looking forward to it. Yes, that's exciting. Yeah, no, absolutely. This is just first draft at the moment. Yeah. Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah. Then you'll get there. It'll be good. Always celebrate. Yes. I agree with that so much, and I hope one day I figure out how to do it. It's just I don't know. I don't know why it's so hard for me. I don't know if it's like well, actually, query for the group if anyone wants to share. Are there any people with, like, ADHD, like, strong ADHD that have figured out how to do the celebration? Because I feel like that's hard for me to, like I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if that's my problem. It might not be my problem. It may just be, like, my personality. But it's like, I don't know, I can't do it. I agree, I never celebrate anything, yeah. It's hard, it's so hard, and it's so awkward because, like, A, I don't want all that attention from other people, right? Like, a lot of my friends have asked once my book comes out if I'm gonna, like, do a thing for it, right? And it's like, I should, like, I know I'm gonna do an event. There's a local, like, book truck that's very cute, and it focuses on it's like a romance book truck, but they also have, like, a pretty strong fantasy side, and she's like, "We could do a book event," and I was like, "Ooh, that could be fun because 'cause they're strangers." And I feel like it's like I don't know, I feel like strangers aren't gonna come up to you when you're trying to sell your book and be like, "Oh my god, you finished your book," right? Like, it's not gonna be like that. But, like, if I were to do an event with my friends, like, I invite all my friends out to dinner or I invite them over and, like, we bake a cake or something, they're gonna all be, like, super like, "Oh my god," and, like, that makes me so uncomfortable. Like, oh, like, I can't even handle people singing happy birthday to me. It's a rough life. Ooh, I have a perfume I've wanted to try, and I'm saving it for when I wrote the end. Yes, that's awesome. But I think it's so lined up with, the end of the farming season that it'll be included in that celebration. That's very exciting. Girl, this is my first completed first draft after trying so many times. I'm so good! Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's a huge accomplishment. Like, seriously, like, I hope you are like, I don't know, get 12 perfumes. I don't Oh. A Dance with Dragons is paced differently to Game of Thrones, is paced differently to Lord of the Rings, which is paced differently to The Hobbit. Yeah, absolutely. Like, and I think, yeah, it's all very, very different. Very, very different. I do tend to prefer faster paced things just because I need things to keep me going. Otherwise, when I put the book down, if there's not like active tension pulling me back in, I sometimes don't. I like treats, will often buy myself a chocolate bar or something if I'm proud of myself. Does that count? I think it definitely counts. I think it definitely counts. I feel like I could be capable of something like that, but it's like making that association to me is very difficult of like, I'm going to drive to the store now and buy a chocolate bar and eat it and celebrate. Like, for some reason, that association doesn't click very well to me. Were you an ADHD gifted kid whose rewards growing up consisted of more difficult challenges? Cause same. I mean, yeah, to an extent. I also had like, I feel like in elementary school, I didn't like doing things the way people told me to do things. Like, you know how like they teach you handwriting in school and they're like, okay, you have to like write all your letters like this. And I was like, how dare you tell me how to write my letters? So I would come up with a new handwriting style like every month just to like be a pain in the butt. And I didn't like being told what to do a lot. So I would get like little like rewards, I guess, from the like guidance counselor's office if I made it through a whole week without getting like a D or whatever it was on in my agenda book or something for the week. So most of my rewards were like, thanks for not being awful. So maybe that's why I don't like have that association, because it's like celebrating a big accomplishment is very different than being rewarded for not being awful. Well, and also going, where did it go? Oh no. But going back to it, like also, yes, as I got older, that was essentially how it worked. And I was all very like self-motivated for everything. So like I didn't really have anyone like rewarding, celebrating me externally as much. I kind of just did it all myself. I think in order for me to celebrate, it's going to need to be a really big accomplishment, like when I finish my game or something. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We can workshop a celebration for you. That'd be great. You should though. That would be so good. Yeah. I do celebrate stuff with people like once every 2 years. I mean, that's good. That counts. Yeah, you can't downplay finishing your game. Absolutely not. Not me writing the end multiple times of that comment because I'm too excited. You write it 80 times. Like, you go for it. Yes, I call it instruction rebellion. Yes, I'm so bad. Especially, like, I got over the general instruction rebellion, like, throughout elementary school. But I was still, and I still struggle with it now. If someone is trying to tell me what to do, and I don't respect them as someone who I have decided internally has the authority to tell me what to do, I'm just awful, right? So like I had this problem in high school art class because we had like a general art teacher that would teach us like everything. Like we had like units and everything, right? It was very general. And she was basically like a digital designer, but not like the drawing type, more like, I don't know how to explain it, but it wasn't something where she was like illustrating, right? Or doing that kind of art. It was more like graphic media design, I guess, if that makes sense, right? Which is very valid as a form of art, but was very different than like what my experience was in, which like my mom growing up sent me to like a traditional art school on the weekend. So every Saturday I would go and I would learn, like, we started with charcoal and then moved on to oil pastel and then moved on to oil painting. And I did like clay sculptures of like busts and like, you know, I had a lot of experience doing that. And so when this teacher would like try to explain things with like drawing, and I'm like, you can't draw. Like, I've seen you trying to draw. It's awful. You don't know what you're talking about. How dare you make a suggestion? Like, how dare you? Like, I was awful. That teacher hated me, which valid. I was pretty horrendous. Oh yeah, no, it's only if I'm already out, I pair it with another errand. Oh yeah, it gives you excuse to buy those treats, but I only really do personal celebrations. Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't know. I do have sort of an idea for what I want to do when my book comes out, which I think I want to get a tattoo on release day of the beasts from my book, which I feel like it'd be cool, like on my arm where I already have this like fantasy tattoo, to have like little creatures and things from like each like world I create in my books or something as a way to celebrate. Because like I feel like that would be monumental, right? Like trying to trick my brain into thinking this is this intense, exciting thing, right? Is I feel like the only thing that would like work for me for something big like that. I was gonna I was gonna do the dishes anyway, but because you asked me, I don't want it anymore. Yeah. I was so very, very inattentive ADHD, so even though I was great at things, I liked the issue was me doing it, which means I needed to build a reward system at some point. Yeah, I don't know how I, like, because 'cause I'm very, very inattentive ADHD too. I think the problem is, I just, like, manipulated my life for the most part so I don't have to do the things I don't wanna do. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's if I wanna do something, I'm really good at doing it. I guess maybe it's because no one was really telling me to do those things, you know what I mean? I mean, I still struggle with, like, laundry. Laundry's a rough it's so real. Yeah, laundry's a rough life. I'd listen to you, but hear me out. I'm better than Yes, that's my problem, that's my problem. It's so rough. I this is maybe slightly off topic. Well, it's literally on topic. When I was first working and I am a software engineer, right? That was, like, my day job thing. I still do a little bit of, like, side stuff for that, but we ended up being given, like, a team lead who wasn't technical, right? Like, they did, like, documentation essentially, like so, like, they were smart and very capable in very different things, but, like, they would have to bring us all of the technical requirements that they didn't understand, right? And would try and direct us and give us instructions on stuff that they really didn't understand at all. And I am not a confrontational person, right? Like, I wouldn't even go so far as to say I'm, like, passive aggressive, but, like, you can tell when I think you're an idiot, right? Like, you can tell. Um, and I actually had to have, like, my boss sit down with me and be like, "Look, this person is giving you horrible ratings. Like, I know you're super great at your job. I know you're super great at working with people, but, like, you gotta figure out how to work with this person." I was like, "But they keep telling us to do stuff that's wrong." And they're like, "Okay, you gotta treat it like a game. You gotta try to manipulate them into doing the right thing, and then just treat it like a game and pretend that you respect them." And I was like, "Oh my god, it's a rough life." Ooh, that could go so hard as a little sleeve. Interesting. Yeah, I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun and, like, imagine little, like, fantasy creatures, you know? Like, I can have the Daki from my, debut coming out, like, I've been picturing it here, maybe? And then I don't know what I'd get for, like, the later books, but obviously for Pillar World, I could get some of the dragons, which would be really cool. Let's see. Did it work in the end? That does sound brutal. Yes, it did work in the end. I got, excellent reviews and made it through. It was good. It was definitely an important lesson I needed in the corporate world, how to work with people that you had to work with that you don't want to. It's a rough life. Yeah. Okay, does anyone I feel like we should probably go into another sprint. We'll go into another sprint in a moment. Hello, Erin. Welcome back again. Does anyone have any other suggestions for things that have worked for them for like little celebratory things? Because like I really want to do something at the end of the year when I finish like this draft. Because I feel like this draft is going to be very significant because it's sort of like, other than the proofread, it's sort of finishing the book, right? But like the proofread is just going to be like, it's going to be in Word at that point, and I'll just be like, accept, 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 right? Like there won't be. So like I feel like when I finish this draft, I should do something to celebrate. Like that's the draft that'll go to like ARC readers. But I don't know what, because I don't want to get the tattoo yet. And I don't need to get a tattoo every time I do something. Like I don't want that many tattoos. Also, they're expensive. I don't know. Oh no, I got all the way to work and realized I left my coffee at home. No, that's the worst. Gotta love bad signal. Yeah. Corporate was just something I could not do. That was my lesson. Fair. I feel like I ended up working very well in corporate, but that was mostly because I ended up being like a team lead. So I was kind of in charge of a lot of stuff and had a lot of like say in that way in how to structure my day and do things. And like I had a lot of responsibilities that kept me going a lot. I tend to like smaller things, which are just stuff I can enjoy. Yeah, I wonder if my problem is just I'm too impulsive with smaller stuff that, like, I have to really want something, but then at the point that I really want something, I just get it anyway, you know? I'm really bad at that. For me, celebrating is just buying more books to continue working on stuff. I mean, honestly, I do that, not to celebrate, but just because I want to. I'd like to just go and have a meal or something. That's nice. A self-indulgence night, self-care, like baths and stuff, get your favorite foods, put on a movie or something, or read, just like completely indulge in your favorites. That could be fun. I'll have to think about that. Fair, fair, fair. I do it because I want to too. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I just got if you're aware at all, mostly in my Patreon, I am working on building this world that I call Pillar World, building up this entire like ecosystem of dragons and stuff. And I've been getting a lot of books to research it, and I got another one on I have just like a pile right now of like all my various like research books that I'm reading, but I just got this one. Dawn of the Dinosaurs, Life in the Triassic. I mean, come on, who doesn't love getting some nice books to work on things? I love it. A meal is more a meal is more of a big thing. It's always been a rare thing for my family, exclusively birthdays. Yeah, then I can definitely see that being really nice. Celebrations don't have to cost a ton of money. Just do what all the things you like to do, or get you a cake mix at the store and make a cake. Yes, I do. I do like the idea of that, like, because that's kind of a special thing that I don't do very often. Um, I bought the Grismic Animal Life Encyclopedia set just for when I get to Spec Bio. I have not heard of that, actually. I might need to look into that. Grismic Animal Life Encyclopedia set. I feel like that's cool. I feel like that's very cool. Oh, all right. Let's get into another sprint, or else we'll just be chatting for 18 years, 18 bajillion years. If you want to throw your goals for the chat in the your goals for the sprint in the chat, I can talk. I know English. Uh, that'd be cool. I think my goal this time, I want to finish chapter 24 and maybe start getting into chapter 25. I think that's my goal. I've been borrowing most of my research books from my library, which, to be fair, is its own source of dopamine. That's nice. I like that. Okay, let's get this pulled up. Solo sprinting layout. Take comments off screen. Cody's goal is to go back home and get your coffee. We support your adventures. Yeah, get that coffee, Cody. To be honest, this goal is getting my laundry done. I forgot that I needed to do that. Yeah, I mean, get your laundry done. Go for it. Like, whatever it's got to be, it's got to be, you know? Goal is to just keep the third act schmoving. Nice. All right. Okay. Here we go. We're going to do another 30 minutes. We'll check back in 30 minutes. We'll see how it goes. And good luck, everybody. Start and see you in 30 minutes. Okay, everybody, that's the end of the 30-minute sprint. Let's see what we got here. All right, how was that for everybody? I feel like I got a lot done. I think I made it through the rest of that chapter and halfway through chapter 25, which is sort of telling me I'm doing about a chapter every 30 minutes, which is pretty good progress. Oh my god. But the problem is I can't maintain that pace for very long. It's just really hard with the copy edits because it's just so like looking at so many different things back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, comparing them between the documents. Like, I don't know, it's a struggle. I've been finding I'm actually more productive if I take a lot of breaks. So I did this yesterday where I'd work for like an hour and then I would go do like 15 to 30 minutes of like laundry or something and then come back and work for another hour. And that's getting a lot more done for me. Ooh, Majiko made food, so you didn't get as much done. I mean, getting yourself food is good. Once these, oh wait, my light. There we go. Once these sprints are over, I am also going to make myself breakfast. I don't tend to eat breakfast right away. I eat it like mid-morning. The Cedar Stand says, a bit light on words, but pretty decent. I'm usually an overwriter, but I'm noticing that for these final chapters, I just cannot. I just need to get the narrative out. Yeah, I feel like that is a big trend. Like, you're just so close to the end that it's like you need to get there, you know? See, Cody says, got caught up on my email for the morning with some OfferTube videos playing in the background. Ooh, that's exciting. I have not looked to see, because I know Friday is when a lot of AuthorTube videos come out. I haven't looked to see what's coming out today. Work is dumb. Yeah, fair. How long do you usually go for streams, by the way? It kind of depends. Usually somewhere between like 1.5 to 2.5 hours is sort of the idea. Depends on the type of stream. I'm a lot more casual with the writing ones. It kind of just depends on when a video or a sprint naturally ends. And if I have other things to go on or if the light is bothering me or something like that. My world building ones are typically like my conlanging ones are exactly 2 hours. And that's partially because, you know, I don't know. It's like a weekly thing and I do it with someone else. So we try and make it specific. Plus then my kids are home. So like haven't seen them at the end of that. But for this, all I'm going to be doing is essentially like taking a break, making myself breakfast, and then coming back to work on this more. So like the joys of doing all of this full time, I suppose, gives me flexibility. Yeah. Okay. Does anyone have any other things to add? I feel like I was going back and forth near the end of that one, trying to decide if I wanted to do another sprint or not. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do one more because it's been an hour and like 45 minutes. So it would push us past the 2-hour mark a decent bit. But also, I'm getting hungry. So that might have been the last sprint. I think that would make sense. Yeah. And I'm at a really good place in this chapter 2 for how far I got. I'm there's this scene that I'm working on right now for doing the copy edits for anyway that is it's like one of the few scenes that has more of a romanticy vibe, like because like there is a romantic subplot, right? So there are some scenes like that. Whereas like I feel like that isn't as like forward in a lot of the book. And so I've been trying to make like character art for this scene. So now I'm like thinking about all the details I have and I'm like, does this line up? Is this correct? It's kind of where my head is right now. Which is pretty good. But yeah. Does anyone else have any like fun plans for the rest of the day, rest of the weekend or whatever? Because I have what am I doing today? Oh gosh. Okay. My goals for the day after I'm done with this stream is to keep doing copy edits. I think I'm going to get through part 3, which I have right now have my book separated into 5 parts because I have like 5 major like sequences of chapters. You can maybe call them acts, maybe. I don't know. I have them just split it into parts because like they end at like big moments and it kind of helps me work through it. But am I over halfway? I think yeah, I am over halfway at this point, which is very exciting. In the Word document, at least, which like the pages don't line up to the way it'd be formatted in a book, but I am on page 389 of 704. Oh, it's painful. Ooh. Cedar is doing a massive clean and pack because at the end of this work week, I need to move houses down the street, but still, ooh, that's exciting. As much as I hate having to do all that work, I feel like it's nice just having that refreshed and like having everything like cleaned and packed. Like, I really need to do that in my house, like pretend I'm moving or something. It would help. Let's see. We are having a double date dinner at the house. Ooh, pasta pumpkins espresso martinis. Wow, that sounds really good. Wow. Can I come? Yeah, pasta. I prefer your plans, Madeline and Cody both. Yeah, I mean fair. Well, okay, the rest of my weekend plans are less fun. I have like the 2 birthday parties to take the kids to tomorrow and then like a play date on Sunday, so it's just gonna be a lot. Which I mean is still probably more relaxing than having to clean and pack your entire house. Because I will have some downtime. And I do have a fun meeting this afternoon. That will be nice. Oh my gosh, yeah. I think I just really need to get through these copy edits though, also because it's just they suck. Like I want to do like the fun tweaks that I still need to do, and I just want to get these done and like I don't know. It's hard because like I want to get them done, but I feel like the more I push myself to get them done quicker, the slower I get because it's just so like bleh. I don't know. I feel like it burns me out really, really quickly. I'm indeed also working all week. No. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Well, sending you like strength and resilience. I don't know. Good luck. Espresso martinis are my favorite. Yeah, I can imagine. I'm trying to remember if I've actually had an espresso martini. Like I've had espresso cocktails, but I can't remember if I've had an espresso martini. Totally see that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get there eventually. I think based off my estimate, I need to be done by the 9th, which is a lot of time. I think I am going through it a lot quicker than I was expecting. I think I was like, oh, maybe I'll get through 3.5 chapters a day. And I think you can already tell I'm getting through a lot more than that if I'm getting through a chapter a half hour, but that's only if I spread it out a lot. So I'm going to get through it quicker, and then I'll have more flexibility to do the like fun stuff better. Cause I feel like even though like the things I need to add for like weather stuff, there's like a fuzz floating around my room for weather stuff and for some of the combat scenes. Like obviously that's not even going to be in every chapter, right? But I have to like go through and probably like do a read, mark all the spots I want to change, and then fix them all. You know what I mean? So it'd be nice to have more time for that. I'm usually not a drinker, but something about an espresso martini hits different. That's fair. That is very fair. I feel like it's nice having those like little like special drinks, you know? Cuz like I don't like drinking to like get intoxicated. Like I can like do like a slight tipsy level, but like once I hit tipsy, I'm like, hard pass. But like I like the way certain types of alcohol taste. Like I really like red wine. I've gotten really into like dry red wines, so I can enjoy those. And I really love what are they called? Dreamsicles. My husband makes those for me, and it's like orange juice and I don't even know what the alcohol is, and like heavy cream. And it's so bad for you, but they're so good. Once winter hits, I'm a full-time writer essentially with more odd jobs, so it's totally doable. Ooh, that's exciting. Oh, that's exciting. I'm not sure I would sleep after an espresso martini. Fair. Same. I can't do hangovers since I turned 30. Yeah, I definitely have that problem a bit more, for sure. And I think my problem is I tend to drink kind of sporadically, so I never have like a big tolerance or whatever. Hello, I'm from India. Welcome. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Ooh, I also like a good eggnog at Christmas. Also bad for you, but yum. Yeah, those like little special drinks I feel like are very delightful. One of the ones I really like, but I've only had a good one once, is I really like, is it what is it called? Is it a Long Island iced tea? I don't know. It's not iced tea or it's it's that drink that has, like, 4 different alcohols in it or something, I don't know. I always think those are fun, but, like, I've only had one that actually tasted good, like, at, like, a fancy little restaurant or something. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yes. Okay. Yes. I think we're gonna wrap up soon. If anyone has any, like, final things to throw out there or share or talk about, but yeah, I'm going to try and get my stuff done, and then I'm gonna try to I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do extra copy edits this weekend because I think I need to just recover to do more next week. But I'll do like book related stuff in all my free time. Well, book or content related stuff. I have some world building scripts to work on that I'll hopefully film on Wednesday, and I have more character art I need to finish so that I can like market my book, which is blah. Marketing books is scary, people. Um, cocktails are so fun. Yes, that's what I was thinking. Yes, that's the thing. I had it once and I liked it. And then every time I've tried it since then, I'm like, I hate it. It's a rough life. But I feel like one of those would be like a fun little special thing, that kind of vibe. I can imagine. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm really bad at like making cocktails because I feel like I'm very lazy. And I'm like, that's too much effort. But if someone else is gonna make them for me, I'm into that. Marketing books does scare the heck out of me. Yeah, it's rough. I mean, I feel like I'm incredibly lucky because I have my sister who her job is literally like social media marketing and creative advertising, and like she's like runs ad campaigns like as a job, right? So like I've been paying her to help me with my stuff and like make my content calendars, and my Instagram is almost exclusively like my sister controls that because I can't like I'm so bad with social media like that you have to do stuff so regularly because and I think it's that like ADHD side of me. Like I can get super excited and like plan and create like 20 posts, but then I'm not going to do anything else for 3 months straight, right? Like I'm not good at that and I don't like doing it. It's rough. So she does it for me and I just every week she sends me like I need you to do this, I need you to do this, send me a video of this, like find all these pictures, write this thing for me. And that's been working for us, but we're getting into the point now coming into January once the cover reveal happens and I'm going to have to start marketing the ARC campaign and the pre-order campaign and try and like we're going to have to actually do a lot of stuff that's like markety and like I don't know. It's a rough life. It's so rough. Um Cody loves making cocktails. I just don't hardly drink them. You feel like a scientist. Fair, fair. I make lazy girl ones, but it's just tonic water, maybe a splash of lime juice. Fair. I used to work as not like a bartender, but like at a place where we sold a lot of alcohol, but there wasn't a bartender most nights. So like unless it was like Saturday night or Friday night, you made all your own drinks, which is really fun. Just to kind of break up the monotony of like waitressing to be able to then go and like make their drinks, it was cool. Something you can do is in the dead of night, find a billboard for a big corporation and climb up with painting supplies and paint the building as an ad for your book. Make sure you wear a hoodie and dark clothes. Okay, like, first, do you have any idea how big billboards are? Like, could you really paint one in one night? Oh my gosh. I feel like that'd be hard. I'm truly trying the Instagram thing, but I do not like it. Yeah, I feel like it depends on what you're trying to do. Like, I feel like you can definitely get by without doing it, but you have to have some other way to market it or like be trad where they do it for you or like just go really hard into ads or something. I don't know. But like, I feel like either Instagram or TikTok, like you gotta, it's helpful to do one of those, right? But no, it's so painful. It really is. And it's hard because like I feel like I need to be building things up right now, right? Because like I do have a book out for pre-order, and I know like pre-orders, doing a lot of social media, right, about a book that is on pre-order is typically not very effective for actually getting pre-orders. I've been told it's more effective for like people recognizing it, right? And then at the point that like the book's coming out, if they then see something about it, then they might be more likely to do it because they're like, oh, I've seen this around. It's a thing, you know? And also, I think it'll be mostly big for trying to get ARC readers eventually to get those reviews. That's going to be, I think, like the biggest thing I need to push for. But it's like, I don't know. I wish I could just not do it. Is that a fluffy cow in your hood? Yes, it's my new like Highland cow, my Highland coo sweatshirt from Scotland. Because I just went there for a week and a half because I went to a conlanging conference in Edinburgh and got to meet a lot of the like world building content creators and conlanging content creators and people, and it was very fun. And then I went out to the Isle of Skye and did stuff. But I love a nice Highland coo. If Aaron's still in the chat, I met Aaron at CopyCon, which is the conference, CopyCon 2. We love a crime. I'm going to truly try trad, but that's going to be a whole journey in itself, so we'll see. Yeah, I mean, until I realized I needed to essentially like not work a full-time job anymore because we just couldn't handle it with the kids and not having other support systems, I was not considering going self-pub because it's so much work. Like planning and marketing a book is like almost a full-time job in itself, just handling all of that and all of the admin. And then you still have to like write the books, right? Like I know people do it, but it was not something I felt like I could do just because I'm very extra with everything. And I'm like, I couldn't handle it personally with my life, with like having kids and oh my God, there's like a fruit fly. Okay. Yeah. Is because the Beast came as standalone or part of a series. I'll ARC read for jerseys. Ooh, okay. It is going to be a duology. So book 1 is going to come out in April, and then book 2 will come out in November because it essentially the duology covers the span of a year. So book 1 is essentially like starts at right as winter's ending, so it's like mud season, and then it goes right until like you're starting to get like those first frosts. So that's really good for like a spring release. And then book 2 of the duology is over winter, which is like a Siberian winter almost. I mean, it's not like the coldest parts of Siberia, but like that's kind of the climate parallel. And so releasing that in November when I can like market it across winter, I think will be good, but I'm excited. I love Highland cows. Yeah, they're wonderful. And like their proportions are so insane. Like if you've seen one in person, like their heads are so big. Like they're just like big chunky boys, and I love them. Oh, I love that. Fabulous. Make content about the content. The book is the content. Yeah, right, exactly. I don't know if I'm capable to be so honest, but yeah, I mean, you do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that, I don't know, one of the things I've been really enjoying about getting into the self-published space and getting into some like indie author communities is like people are so willing to help each other out and give advice and stuff like that. Like it's pretty great. And also I feel like there's so much room for indie authors to like come together and help each other out with things. And I've seen a few that do that where like they're not good at like social media, but you know, they have another friend who's not good at something they are good at, and they like kind of swap and help each other out a little bit. Like obviously if you have to be careful building those kinds of relationships, but like, you know, I love duologies. I struggle to commit to a series, so 2 books is perfect amount for me. Wonderful. It's basically a duology because I had planned to query this book when I was first outlining it. Obviously, by the time I got to like that first developmental edit, I knew I was going to self-publish it, so I changed it to not end like to end in a place where I could then write a second book that would still be really interesting and fulfilling. But like because of how I plotted and drafted the first draft of book 1, I was like, there's no way I can make this a huge series, even though that's like good for, you know, indie. But At this point, I think I could probably write a book 3 if I wanted to, but, like, I wanna leave it at a duology because I have other series I really wanna write. I just love their bangs, yes. I feel like they listened to My Chemical Romance in high school. Yeah, I do. And I love that they call them coos, which is very funny. Like, normal cows in Scotland are cows, but these guys, they're coos, which is also funny because coo is dog in Gaelic. It's just funny. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That does sound very nice. Yeah. It's gonna be delightful, absolutely delightful. Okay, well, I am probably gonna end this stream here, sadly. We have grab my planner when we're streaming again, see if I can remember. I think we're streaming. Do I even know what month it is? What month is it? It's still October. It's the 24th. Ooh, next week's Halloween week. Okay, so next week, am I streaming on? No, I'm not streaming on Tuesday next week because it's early dismissal for my kids. And then I'm on Cody's channel next Thursday, so that's the next time I'm gonna be on a sprint stream like this. And then on Halloween, I'll have another 8 AM sprint. And then I still haven't figured out what I'm gonna do for November. I think I'm in the same page as Cody, where I don't think I'm gonna do as many next month because it's just, like, a lot. Let's see. God, I could stop in for this one. Thanks for the stream. Of course, it was fun. It was nice working with everybody. Yes, I'm excited to see you again on Thursday, Cody. Yeah, have a good rest of the day. Have a good rest of the weekend. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in a later stream. Bye, everybody.